This video chart presentation of Frontline Limited. It's a New York Stock Exchange listed company trading our ticker FRO. I want to wrap this week up with FRO. This chart is taking on the look of a cup and handle pattern. Golden cross, the 50-day moving through the 200-day moving average, and a real nice move on Thursday, up almost 17%. Big volume, 5 million shares traded. Stock does find itself against a pretty healthy resistance area right around $3.10. But technically speaking, there's a real nice upside if it can complete this pattern and break through this resistance point. MACD just now got a bullish cross, 12 passing through the 26 EMA. Importantly, MACD trying to hold over top of zero. Not a perfect uptrend. You can see still continually making higher lows, looking to establish an upward channel. Overall, it's showing a strong bullish trend. ADX cooled off, but yesterday's move again shows signs of bullishness. Positive DI breaking through the ADX, and with the retrace, the ADX is down low enough. It's got plenty of room to uptrend further and add more strength to the overall direction. Of course, the buying pressure and volume that came in yesterday, spike in the money flow index, all three components back over top of 50. Accumulation distribution was showing a slight uptrend leading into the move. Stock has been channeling sideways, although there's been some sizable volatility in that sideways channel. But for potential breakout, it's good to see some strong buying pressure coming in and pushing right against that resistance point. Chaikin money flow been holding in the green in September, signaling that buying pressure has been outweighing selling pressure. CCI, per definition, the buy point is the break of 100. The sell is the break back down through 100. Full stow, also over top of 50, and showing that bullish momentum is building in the play. In the tricks, you can see how it resembles the MACD. It's also a gauge of trend, only it's triple exponentially smooth, meaning that it moves very slowly. It's not susceptible to a lot of whipsaws. Again, looks like it's going to drop a bullish cross and hold over top of zero, which is a bullish indication of trend. RSIs, see these long terms have essentially been holding over top of 50. Which again is a positive sign for momentum. Overall, it's a real nice look to the RSI. It's probably the most commonly used gauge of momentum, and it's showing that the bulls are essentially keeping their footing during this consolidation pattern. I mentioned this is a cup and handle pattern. You see where it gets that name, long rounded bottom. This is the handle part. Been a little choppy through here. We'll go ahead and put a bottom support down here, right around $2.45. See, that was essentially the breakout point coming off this bottom. And ideally, I'd actually like to see it hold a little bit higher because I want to see it hold over top this 50-day moving average. And this red line, the 200-day moving average, which are at 252 and 257 right now. And that's a pretty substantial drop from Thursday's closing price at 310. So while the stock certainly could pull back, right now with the momentum coming into it, we're looking for the breakout. And you can see how that breakout point is tying in with an old support level right around that $3.10 mark. In the most basic of technical analysis, support and resistance points, when they're broken, become the opposite, i.e. this old support level is now resistance, and you can see how that's held up on the handle portion of this. But if it does break out, I don't see more static resistance coming in play until up around $3.70, which is about a 20% move from current levels. And based on this 1-year chart, I'd see some more around $4. Now in the cup and handle pattern, there are calculations for target prices based upon the depth of the cup. I encourage people trying to learn technical analysis to spend a few minutes doing some due diligence and understanding how the pattern works and where those price targets come in. I'll simply only mark some static points of resistance because we tend to avoid price targets in these video tutorials. But at this point with this chart, liquidity doesn't appear to be an issue. Certainly a spike in volume on Thursday. As I mentioned early on, the bullish cross, the 50 breaking through the 200-day moving average. And generally speaking, very strong pattern and one worth putting FRO on radar to see how it performs going forward. As always, merely my interpretation of the frontline chart. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.